Well, hello America, we're busy doing solar. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 panels loaded up here. It's 300 watts, it's 1200 total. And what I've been doing is putting this Eternabond tape down, lining everything up, kind of sealing everything, putting it all nice in line to where wind won't blow it around. I'm doing it right. Instead of just putting it up here and putting a couple zip ties on it, putting it down right, I think. So anyway, with that, what we're doing is I've got everything lined up. I've got the front 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, 1 and 2 are tied together, and 3 and 4 are tied together. So I've got. Correct me if I'm wrong on this. I asked a guy, and he was telling me about this. Okay, you got 2 leads on each solar panel. There's a positive and a negative. Now, on the first panel, I brought the positive to the negative on this one, so I hooked those two together. Basically made one big 600 watt solar panel, or a 300 watt solar panel, but times 12 times 2 would be 24 volts or amps. I don't know. That's the thing I don't understand about this stuff. My dad's an electrician, and I don't know anything about electricity. It's sad, isn't it? But anyway, I hooked 1 and 2 together to make one big 600 watt panel, or a 300 watt panel with 24 volts, or however that works. And then 3 and 4 did the same way. So I brought the positive from this one over into here, and the negative from that one over into here. Okay. Then on 3 and 4, I brought the positive on this one in, and the negative over to that one, and negative through the positive over to here. I think I got that right. See, it's confusing. That's why I don't understand this stuff. That's why I want to get a professional on this to do it right. I think I've got this stuff hooked up right, though. It's downstairs where I'm concerned, and I'll get to that in just a second. Let me put this panel down, put the bolts back in, and I'll meet you downstairs. Okay, we're inside the RV now. This is in the bathroom area. This is where the wash machine was. Now the wash machine has a drain. Okay, has a drain here that has to have a vent to the roof. Okay, that vent in the roof, that's where I run the cables down. Now I've got all 4 panels tied into a connector, a Y connector, to make all 4 of them go into one cable. Now those are 12 gauge cables from the solar panels, and then when they all connect, it goes to a 10 gauge cable. This is a 10 gauge cable coming down, 10 gauge solar cable, and it comes through this little elbow here, and I drilled 2 holes in it, running them through there. That was fun, trying to get that through there. Now I run those down, and they go down behind the cabinets along the floor and come out in this closet. This is my clothes closet. That bottom drawer there, when you pull it out, those 2 cables go over and they just go through the floor. Simple as that. Okay, so let's go outside where those come out. Okay, coming outside, this is on the passenger side of the bus. This last bay down here is where the batteries are all stored. Now all these batteries in here, there's 8D batteries. There's 8D batteries inside of here. There's a lot of power, or a lot of electricity juice, a lot of storage. I'm discombobulated. Anyway, the cables that come through that floor come down here, and I've just got them coiled up, and I got plenty of extra here. Okay, so these aren't hot yet because I didn't plug them in upstairs. Those are still, everything's ready except the last connection, and there's 2, the positive and negative, I haven't hooked those up yet. So none of this here is hot yet. Now, what I thought of doing was bringing this over, going through this wall into this bay over here, and then put that charge controller. It's the same charge controller I had on the van. It's a Midnight series solar, Midnight Classic solar charger. Anyway, that's the one that came with this whole setup, and I know it's fine for this size of a setup because it was all a big bundle. Now, what I'm trying to understand here, some of this is just showing you what I've done so far. The other thing, this is the question I have. Okay, now that I got the solar from the roof all done, and here's cables right here ready to plug in, do I have to go through a charge controller like that, or is this a charge controller? Because if you think about it, this is an inverter and that's an inverter, but it all charges. Let me see here. When you plug into shore power, it comes through here. and then it goes through the bus and then comes into this and charges your batteries. When you're driving down the road, on the back of the bus, in the engine bay, there's the big engine, there's a regular alternator just like any other vehicle would have, but there's also a generator. It's a small generator. That's a big generator. And, oh, my cat's back. My neighbor's cat keeps showing up. Anyway, it's got a generator, so when you're driving down the road, that generator will charge these batteries. When you're sitting still and run the generator, the big generator inside, you know, the motorized generator, that charges all these. Then all that stuff comes through here into a charge controller, or into whatever this charging system is, okay? And then up here in the front of the bus, all right, it has two panels, one for each of those charge controllers, okay? So there's two charge controllers, or two whatever you call them. And then, well, we got to get close enough for you here. Okay, here's one. Where are we at? There you go. There's one, and there's two. And I'm at 11.5 volts now, so I need to start the generator up and get them charged back up. But this is a Xantrex charge control. I don't understand. Do I need two charge controllers, the solar charge controller and this system, or is this system good enough? Just somehow wire the solar panels into that system, just like the shore power coming out of the, just like the shore power coming off the grid when you're hooked into an RV park or something. Oh, the light is terrible here. So either a charge controller. I mean, do you understand my confusion here? I don't understand how. Do I already have a charge controller system on here that would work as a solar charge controller? Or do I need a separate solar charge controller to put into to modulate it all, I guess, or control the power so it all comes out at the same rate or something? I don't know. I don't know enough about it. So if anybody has any ideas, the brand name on that thing, and when I went down to the RV dealer the other day, about a week ago, I went down to Alvarado, and I was talking to a guy, and he said this Freedom model, this company here, they're not in business anymore. They don't make these anymore. So it's a Freedom 25 model Heart interface, and it's an inverter, and it's a charger and a transfer and output. I don't understand it all. Charger and transfer, AC input, AC output. And then they always talk about all these charge controllers have to have fuses and shunts and all that kind of stuff. Well, there's shunts in here already. So that's where I need help. So if anybody can help me, give me an idea, or at least give me the right answers to, or the questions to ask whenever I find somebody that knows what they're talking about on this. So until then, I'm kind of, cables are down here. I think at worst I can wait till I get to courtside. I know there's a solar installer out there, and he would be able to help me on this. Or do I just use the charge controller and run cables up here to the batteries straight and forget all about all this? Run them straight, so you got the batteries are getting electricity from the shore power, or the generator, or the main engine, or the solar. One way or the other, they're always charging up. I don't know. So with that, that's enough on this video. I'm dazed and confused. So help me out, people.